Oh, what a rush! Today on the channel, you know I'm hyped up. It's the return of classic superstars via Ringside Collectibles.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for some exciting news today, as today was officially the announcement day of the brand new Ringside Collectibles exclusive Unsanctioned Classic Superstars line, and I would say it did not disappoint, as they did officially announce the Legion of Doom as the first entries, the first figures in this brand new era of Classic Superstars. And as you guys do know, I'm just a classics guy at the end of the day. I even wrote a book on it, of course, the complete guide to the Jakks Classic Superstars series by yours truly right here. Just shy of 700 pages in this book. Appreciate everybody that picked it up from Amazon, Barnes & Noble, myself, maybe the digital version. A lot going on in here, a labor of love if there ever was one. About 700 pages, as you guys do know. But the thing I brought this book out, I mean, it is about the year anniversary of the book, but the big thing is, and I've been talking about it, we talked about it in Toy News last week, about what this line could look like, and it looks like my prediction, the prophecy, just call me Nostradamus, did come true. And if you guys, Eagle Eye readers, those that bought the book, that read my interview in this very book with Jeremy Padawer, we talked about the future of classic superstars, and with a wink and maybe a little tear in his eye, Jeremy Padawer did say never, stay tuned. And today is the day we stay tuned for. I talked about it a few times on the channel, and I think it maybe went over people's heads. Maybe people didn't read the interview fully. Who knows? Who knows? It is what it is, but today is the day. The Legion of Doom are going to be our first entries into this Classic Superstars line. And being a classics guy, being a guy that loves that line, I'm very excited. Obviously, the Legion of Doom, two of my all-time favorites, my favorite tag team of all time. They're playing all the hits for me right here, and so much so, they got two versions of the LOD. We got a regular edition, and then we got a silver variant version for you guys that like to collect the variants, I guess. So you got two different options for the Legion of Doom, which is pretty cool at the end of the day as well. So I'm excited about that. Only thing I don't like about this, and the dust hasn't really settled, it was just announced here in the last hour or so. But one thing, I wish the packaging was more Classic Superstars. It looked like a box format. Still great, especially for me. I'm a loose collector. However, I'm probably going to be a Double Up Club member on these ones. It is obviously Classic Superstars, so it could be a continuation of the book in the future. We'll see what ends up happening. But I wish it was more to the classic superstars of old in the packaging department. Maybe there's legalities about that. I am not exactly sure. But for all intents and purposes right here, it looks like the prophecy has come true, as it does look like they are partnering with Jazzwares. These bodies look like Jazzwares figures, which makes a lot of sense. Obviously, over there at Ringside and Jeremy Padawer, they've had quite the partnership here for decades at this point. They are very close. So I can easily see this workaround right here where Jeremy can come out with some classic superstars, not upset the apple cart with AEW brands, putting wrestlers that don't make sense in AEW a part of that aren't signed to AEW and stuff. It's an offshoot of what they do already. I'm sure all the legalities are in place. Jeremy wouldn't jump into something like this. The Jazzwares team wouldn't. And it's getting most out of your molds to the next level, starting a new line with those, maybe possibly the same factories. Not exactly sure. Obviously, nobody's going to know those details, at least for a while. But a very good business decision here on all fronts. And this catapults Ringside Collectibles even farther into the future, because a lot of collectors, myself included, have been screaming for Mattel Jazzwares style figures from guys that we can't get from Mattel or from WWE and AEW. So we're getting that. And this is a world of opportunity for stuff. Now, Zombie Sailor years ago announced King Kong Bundy, Jeff Jarrett, Brian Pillman. As of this video, we're still waiting. Supposedly sometime this year. Ringside's not messing around. LOD available right now. Right now. Worst thing about this is I'm going on a business trip all next week. It'll probably arrive at my house while I'm gone. I'll be somewhere in Wisconsin saying, oh, when are these coming? When are these coming? Or when am I coming home to unbox these? Oh, it's the plight we live, I guess, from time to time. First world problems, as they say. But this opens up the door for so many performers, and we got to also think about this in the future. This could open up to current day performers that are maybe not signed to the big leagues right now. One thing about Classic Superstars way back in the day, they released the Edges, big shows. John Cena's in the Classic Superstars line, and a lot of us at the time said, these guys aren't classic. They're in the traditional Ruthless Aggression line right now. I don't want them in the classics. The beauty of that is decades later, 2 decades later, they feel classic. It feels like they belong. Maybe we'll see that in the future with Ringside. Now, this is just the beginning here with the Legion of Doom ×2. What is next? Could we see Dino Bravo? Could we see Hercules? Could we see the Macho Man Randy Savage? Could we see some of these guys that do not apparently have Legends deals or deals somewhere else get figures? This is a world of opportunity to performers and the fans and the collectors out there. There is just a lot to like about what is going on right here. Now, the 2-packs, $54.99. I wouldn't say it's absolutely absurd at all. Of course, discount code Kyle saves you another 10% on that right there. I think that is fair in today's marketplace, especially for heavy hitter figures that, in all honesty, they're going to be lower run than an elite figure out there that you can get at Walmart and Target. We know that as well. But just very, very cool to see these. Cannot wait to dive into these in hand. Compare them to, of course, the original Classic Superstars and our Mattel versions over the years. There's just a lot to like here. And this is a huge W win for longtime action figure collectors, especially the wrestling variety, imagine. But a lot of people are going to be excited about this. And for a lot of collectors, this is going to be their first ever Legion of Doom figures, because the Mattel ones from back years ago, very expensive on the aftermarket. A lot of people are going to breathe a little sigh of relief right here, and I could see some people as well saying, oh my gosh, I got to sell those Mattels as fast as I can, because I'm not sure if the value will drop dramatically, but it's going to probably drop a little bit. I have to imagine it will, but a lot of stuff is coming up good here. I am extremely excited for the future of this line. I'm extremely excited to see who else is in place, how often we're going to get these figures. There is just a lot to like about this, and it's something new and exciting. It kind of reminds me when Power Town first came, and I love Power Town, but man, talk about a roller coaster ride, and we're really on that roller coaster ride right now. I hope they can turn it up and really ramp it up and get back in line. But you got to think, with Ringside doing this kind of stuff, and even the Zombie Sailor coming out with this kind of stuff, it's going to hurt the Power Towns of the world if they don't get it fixed real quick. So I'm very hopeful for Power Town to steer the ship correctly, but I am very confident in Ringside Collectibles' ability to get these things going. They've been doing a lot of stuff for a lot of years in the wrestling figure. I think they know their audience. They know what people are wanting. They got the power and connections of obviously Mattel and even Jazzwares that we're seeing here with Jeremy Padower and that team. Just a lot to like about this one, and I will be staying tuned week by week. And like I said, it says shipping right now, so I can't wait to get these in my hands. Going to be very cool to have these LOD figures. Just a huge W once again for wrestling figure collectors today. That's how I'm going to view it. So very, very fun news. Wanted to do a quick video on that. Be very interested to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. You picking these up? I have to think a lot of people will be. Who are you hoping to see in the line in the future? For me, give me the Dino Bravos, the Hercules, the Rugged Ronnie Garvins, guys that we just haven't been able to get. Marty Jannetty would be a good one. Even though we don't get a Shawn with it, it'd be nice to have some Martys. There's a lot of performers over the years that would be fun to have in this line. We'll have to stay tuned to see where they go. But I'd be interested to hear maybe your top 3 top picks you want. Macho Man Randy Savage probably going to be on a lot of lists as well. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. You know we got videos every single day, and we're nearing 50,000 subscribers. We're going to do a big celebration on this channel. We're going to do some serious giveaways, so you better be ready. Better subscribe to the channel. You've been warned. Maybe. I don't know. Check out the Patreon for early access to all the videos here on the channel, of course, and my other YouTube channel, ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. Check out my new TikTok channel, SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, of course. And then don't forget my book, a perfect time to plug it again with the return of Classic Superstars. Might have to start volume 2 with Ringside Collectibles, so we'll see what ends up happening right there. But once again, an exciting day. So for the Ringside Collectibles Unsanctioned line and the first entry, the Legion of Doom, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.